Yes, you should be too busy watering your own grass to notice if someone else is greener. Facts. Facts. What's up? Welcome back to the AM with Amy. Thank you for joining me again today. Today we have a question by one of you guys. Her name is Bad Gal Jolene on Instagram, and she says, "Hey Amy, quick question. How do you deal with hate and negativity stemming from other people when it's directed at you? Much love, Joe." Well, thank you for the love, Joe. And I feel like this is a question that is commonly asked, especially to influencers or YouTubers, because, you know, something that comes along with putting yourself out there on the internet is a lot of criticism. So I'm already wearing my base, and I'm wearing the Dr. Jart BB Balm, and this is in medium dark. I don't know why I'm considered dark, but that's a whole nother video. And then I use a little bit of the Milk Makeup Skin Tint in Sand, and this is a little too light for me, so sometimes I just mix them when I'm in between colors. When I was thinking about my answer, there are 3 solutions to how you can deal with hate or negativity. And so number 1 is ignore it. And honestly, that's easier said than done. That's honestly, I think, the best way to deal with hate, but much easier said than done. Also, I'm using this random palette that I got in like a PR package. Doesn't it feel like a sponsored ad when I'm talking about something philosophical and then I'm like, oh, by the way, I'm using this makeup product? But that's the whole premise of this. It's like I'm a girlfriend just sitting down talking to you about life, doing my makeup. So you're gonna have to excuse that if you are not here for the makeup part, but some of you are actually. But yeah, I don't even know what brand this is. This is the Masquerade Mini by Juvia's. I just really appreciate the last half. Actually, no. Up until this part, I really appreciate the blues and the greens. Maybe one day your girl will be adventurous and hit those, but I really love these, and I've actually swatched them. They're quite pigmented, so I have no idea where this came from, but I'm using it. It even has like such weird packaging. I'm gonna dip into this color and just put this all over the lid. So number 2 is to take back the power, and basically you have to be super creative to think about this. It's about taking the hate that you get and trying to turn it into something positive. I want to preface this by saying that I, especially as a creator, I really don't experience that much hate compared to some creators, and I'm really grateful and blessed for that. You guys are such an awesome, open, amazing community, and if there's anything for me to be super proud of, it's that I feel so welcome with you guys, and I just want to say thank you. But I don't really receive that much hate. But for example, one of the hate comments I would get or have gotten was, you know, she's not pretty enough to be da-da-da, or she's not pretty enough to do da-da-da. So when you first hear that, oh, she's not pretty enough, it's basically saying I'm basically uglier than other people, right? But I take that, and when I hear she's not pretty enough, I just think to myself, well, at least you think I'm pretty. So I know it sounds really weird, but you gotta learn how to twist and make some light come out of the darkness. Another comment that I'll get a lot on YouTube is, oh, she reminds me of so-and-so, or she reminds me of so-and-so, and they 100% do not mean it as a compliment. It is supposed to be very snarky. There's a period at the end, no emojis. It sounds so silly. But the way that I take back that power is I just say, if I do respond, I'm gonna respond, thank you so much. They clearly did not mean it as a compliment, but I'm gonna take it as a compliment, and I'm gonna take back that power that they have over me to get upset or riled up. And honestly, when it comes to hate comments or just haters in general, if I could visualize it, it's like a physical manifestation of paparazzi. They're like these people who are just in a really negative place, who are just trying to rile you up and try to say mean things to you to get that middle finger response, or that, you know, huge explosive fuck you to the paparazzi so that they can publicize it. Because a lot of times with creators, it's like we are held to this standard that we have to hold our tongue a lot, and if we snap back, as anyone would to if someone says something disrespectful to them, our response is kind of put on show and really criticized even more so for that. So honestly, I don't really think that snapping back or being upset ever really solves anything, because when a hater is in a place like that, they are trying to upset you, and by snapping back or saying something snarky back, they win. So I just try to take the power back. We changed angles, I'm sorry. But I'm gonna take this red and brown color. I do the same look all the time. I'm gonna just deepen my crease, or if I had a crease. But one of my favorite quotes that has to do with this is, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." Eleanor Roosevelt said that, and it's so true. When you know who you are, if you have a solid, concrete foundation of who you are, the words of others about you can never affect you that way. And I think I've talked about this before. The things that we believe to be true about ourselves, for example, if we genuinely believe that we are dumb or fat or incompetent, though if we genuinely believe these things, those insecurities about ourselves, when other people mention it, of course it's gonna hurt. Those are the ones that hurt the most. It's never things that you're sure of about yourself. If you know you're a kind person and someone says you're a bitch, it's never gonna really hurt you that much. It just goes to show no one can truly make you feel inferior without your consent. I truly wonder how many bottles of eyeliner monolid girls go through. So the last and most important way to deal with hate or negativity is number 3. Have compassion and empathy. You're probably like, what? What are you talking about? Why is she off her rocker? So this goes all the way back to one of my favorite books. If you saw my video, These Things Changed My Life Part 1 video, I'm gonna throw it up in the cards right now. But it's a book called The 4 Agreements from Don Miguel Ruiz. There are 4 things that you need to live by in life to have a happy or peaceful life. Not happy, just peaceful life. To live without, I think, internal conflict. And one of them is to never ever take things personally. I'm gonna read you a quote that says, "Whatever happens around you, don't take it personally. Nothing other people do is because of you. It is because of themselves. All people live in their dream, in their own mind. They are in a completely different world from the one we live in. When we take something personally, we make the assumption that they know what is in our world, and we try to impose our world on their world." One time, one of my close friends and I, we'll say Jill, we were looking at a photo of a blogger who was getting a lot of hate comments about her recent weight gain, and she also just had a baby, so I don't know why people were being so rude about it. But it was a noticeable weight gain, and people were writing such mean comments about her body image and her body weight. And she showed me the photo, and we were both like, oh yeah, she did gain a little bit of weight. And I said I could see it because of her arms, and my friend Jill said I could see it because of her legs. And I was like, that's so weird, because I think her legs are fine. And Jill was like, her arms are totally fine to me, like I don't know what you're talking about. And I realized right then and there that we do totally project our own insecurities on others, because I hate my fucking arms. I hate my arms. Like, the way that I think that I'm gaining weight is through my arms, and I have no problem with my legs. But Jill's insecurities are with her legs. She just doesn't like her legs. She loves her arms. And it's so funny because when we saw that photo, we saw completely different things and different weight gains in different areas. So that right there showed me that we really shouldn't take things personally. And when I personally think of a keyboard warrior, someone just writing nasty comments on their computer, I'm just thinking of, if someone's talking about my weight or the way that I look, I'm just imagining someone who's deemed as conventionally not attractive, someone who's completely miserable in their own skin, and I just envision that when I'm seeing someone write some nasty comments about people's appearance, because at the end of the day, you see in the world what you have in your heart. That's one of my favorite quotes. You see in the world what you have in your heart. We often think that it's easy to hate people for what others have, but honestly, it is so easy to hate others for what we do not have. Let me reiterate that. We often think it's easy to hate people because of what others have, but honestly, it's so easy to hate because of what we do not have, because of what we ourselves lack. Nobody is going to hate on the low income, mentally distraught, physically disabled human being. Like, that is just a fact. truly we only like to bring people down when we think they're above us. You have to honestly be very upset and unfulfilled with your own life to find joy in bringing harm or ill intent to others. Casey Neistat said, which I think his brother said in his haters video, for haters, their punishment is their life. And it's true, because you don't ever see someone who's so content and happy with their own life trying to bring down others. Oh, I also got this Cle De Peau Luminizer, and it's so beautiful. Thank you so much for sending this to me, Cle De Peau. Okay, we're doing blush. Also, Cle De Peau sent me some lipsticks, and I just want to use one of them really quickly. Just give myself a wash. I'm going to use this color, and this is in Desert Rose. I'm just going to dab this. Truthfully, you really need to have empathy and compassion for those people, because at the end of the day, I'm just here existing. I am just thriving, living my life. I'm not trying to bring ill intent onto others, and what are they doing with their time? Because ultimately, you should be too busy watering your own grass to notice if someone else's is greener. Alright, thank you guys so much for joining me today on this AM with Amy. I have a whole playlist of a bunch of others, so check them out, hit subscribe, because I'd love to see you every single Monday, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!